Number 3. I thought I was gonna give up, and I really was. I'm fucking tired. Ooh, swearing. See, you know, it's just there's no filter, and it's just terrible. But I figured what can one hurt? And you know, I was just playing Affected. That was my last one, was on Affected, but it's probably not gonna go up. It was terrible. Oh my god, like I wasn't even talking. I was too focused on the game. Well, I came in and was like halfway through. It's 9 on 9. I pop around a corner. Basically, I'm about to die as soon as I come in the game. So I'm just like serious, and then my body, you know, it's hard to talk when you're that seriously into a game. You know, that's why like I think a lot of like really good gameplays are not live comms because, well, it's nearly impossible, you know, for me at least. Like I could never ever do a real life comp. Or not like a real life comp, but like wait around until I get really fucking smoking gameplay, because you know, like it's not like it's impossible to get really smoking gameplay while you're doing a live comp. It's just to actually like do both, you know, to have nice commentary with like a good, you know, nice commentary with good gameplay, with like winning and all this. It's just, I think that's hard, you know. That takes talent. You know, some people have that. Some people are just, you know, it's just who they are, and they're just really good at the game. Like, you know, like Hutch. I realized that, you know, I'm not actually a huge fan of Call of Duty commentaries, but everything Hutch puts up, you bet I will be watching that. You bet I will be there in like seconds just to watch that, because you know what, Hutch is great. Hutch is inspirational. Hutch is probably my favorite commentator in the world. Probably one of my favorite commentators. By one of mine, I mean he definitely is. Because I was watching, I don't know if you guys seen it, Trouble in Terrorist Town. That's it's his new thing. But I watched CNanners do the same, like, not the same video, but like, you know, through CNanners' eyes, and even like it just wasn't the same, you know. Like when I watch Hutch, it's like, yeah, you know. And I was watching the Goodbye Hutch video or whatever, like the documentary the guy did, and it's one of the things that he says in it is just like, could you imagine if like someone you never even knew touched you, you know, so deeply? And I think that's what Hutch did for me. Hutch was, you know, he touched me, you know, and I never even met him. Like I don't even know who he is. If I saw him on the street, I guess I'd be like, hey, are you Hutch? But other than that, you know, I don't know who Hutch is. Like, I guess, you know, some deep down, you know, like, you know a lot about a person by the way they, like, even through YouTube, like, you see them as commentators, you know stuff about them. They, you know, they release real life things, you know, they release parts of their lives to the public, and even I notice, even as, like, me, as little as what I am, I am still, like, I'm giving parts of my life to you, you know, to the viewers, to everybody. It's, you know, it's whole. It's not just, you're not just empty, you know. And to be honest, if you watched every video that I ever did, you could get a good grasp on who I am. But I don't think you get a good enough grasp, and I think that's part of the reason why my channel hasn't really ever grown without, you know, without me driving force behind it. Like, I know there's always got to be, somebody's always got to drive, you know, and you gotta persevere to get it. It's not just gonna have to show up. Just because I want to, you know, just because I want to have a big YouTube channel doesn't mean I'm gonna get one, and I understand that. But, you know, I think that part of the reason why my YouTube channel hasn't taken off when I've been driving it is just because, you know, I wasn't, you know, quality wasn't good enough, and like, there's just so many factors to YouTube, it's crazy. So yeah, you know, I just have nice life talks right now. I would love, I think what my biggest goal or the best thing ever for me, or like, if to be something that really would stick out and basically give me that I've succeeded, would be to to be able to do like a live stream or something, and actually actually have views and actually have people coming to it. I think that would be the coolest thing in the world. That's when you're like, I feel great about myself. Like it really, it's an ego boost on top of everything. But like, for something like, for random people to come watch you just do something, like that's crazy to think about. That somebody I've never met in my entire life, somebody who doesn't even know me, like hundreds. For me it's like 10 people. But like Hutch, it's thousands. And I understand that. Like, Hutch has touched me, greater than like most of my high school teachers ever touched me. There was like, he was more motivational to me. He got me through more rough times than they ever will. Like I've had some not so fun times in my life, I guess is the best way to put it. And the really, for some of those, it wasn't. I don't want to put it down. It was Hutch that got me through, or it was Call of Duty, or it was whatever, and I think that's great. And it really frustrates me when, so my girlfriend used to be like, oh, you're such a nerd, you play Call of Duty, blah blah blah, all that bullshit, and game's lagging out again, and I was just getting into the next conversation, and that really frustrates me, because Call of Duty's been an outlet for me, and it's been a way for me to, just grow as a person. And I think that if you love video games, you should just play them. So, yeah, my really deep talk. I don't know how I got to that topic, or how I even came around there, but peace, because my internet sucks.